All right, today I'm going to be showing you how to do the transmission drain and refill on a 2008 Ford Mustang. This is the 4.0. I believe the 3.8 might be similar, and I don't know for the 5.0. That might be similar too as well. That just might require a little bit more fluid. Make sure you get the required transmission fluid for your vehicle. For this one, it requires Mercron V5. So so the way how you're gonna have to add fluid is gonna be through the bottom of the car, and you are actually gonna need a special drain plug for that. I believe you can get these at your local auto parts store. It's gonna look like this. So you're gonna thread it in there. For that, I think I do have a part number. I just did the transmission on this, so just so you're aware. So part number is gonna be 307437. So I believe AutoZone, they come in yellow. They're like plastic or something, if I remember correctly. And then you're gonna need a fluid transfer pump too as well to transfer the fluid and so forth. Make sure you lift up your car, jacking up points. You can either drive it on a ramp or you can lift it up from right here as the whole front end. If you can't lift it up, make sure it's flat and that you can be able to access it. And then for the rear, well, I'll have it jacked up from the differential, so I'm all up on four wheels, all leveled out. All right, so if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And we're going to go ahead and start this video right after the intro. Also, before you even drain this fluid, I want to make sure you're very clear. You are going to need a scanner to access the transmission computer system, just so we can read the temperature. Now, if you don't have this, you can do the other method where you can measure the fluid, but you won't know if you have the correct amount of fluid. Just so you're aware, you could possibly damage your transmission because obviously you don't know that there's the right amount of fluid in there. So I just want to make sure you're very clear on that. So if you do drain out the fluid, make sure you don't toss it. Make sure you measure it, and then you add the same amount of fluid that you took out. So just so you're aware. So again, since I got a new transmission, I don't know what the original fluid was in it before, but so this setup will, just kind of get me going for that most part. All right, so we have our drain plug right here. This is the transmission pan, so you can see it's located near the catalytic converter. So you'll see both cats right there, and then obviously this will be the last piece where the drive shaft connects to the transmission. All right, so mine is empty. I still got to open it up just in case if any remaining transmission fluid is in there and so forth. So we have two plugs. We have an inner, which is a T30, I believe, and the other one is a 21 or 22. Let me be exact. All right, so it is a 22 millimeter. So we're going to go ahead and drain it. So you would just loosen this up. And then make sure you have a catch pan up on under. And then obviously fluid should come out, but in my case nothing came out, so we're good. I just had to make sure just because I got to follow the instructions. So once all your fluid drained out, measure it if you don't have the scan tool, and then we're going to go ahead and pre-fill it. So all right, so let's go ahead and get this guy right back on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take off our fill plug. That's the inner one, and then that's going to be a T30. So the T30 is a star bit. So I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well, but yeah, so right there's the star bit. And you can get this at your local auto parts store. And then make sure you don't lose this guy. If you do lose it, then you need to get another one. But yeah, so we're going to set that to the side. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add our fill plug. Now I kind of put on the hose. I just wanted to test out some things to make sure I was able to make something happen with this hose. And I'll show you how the adapter looks like. So we got that sucker in. All right, so the hose adapter setup. So I have the regular hose that it comes with, overlapping the bottom hose. Now the fluid transfer pump looks like this. You can get this at your auto parts store, I think for like $9-10. So it comes with two pieces. It comes with the short one and a long one. I have two of these guys, so I was able to move the one from the other one, but they do come with two, and you're able to move them over. So now at this point, you just stick it right here in the bottle, you screw it in, and then you can just pump it right away. And then I gotta pump 8 quarts into the system. I would recommend you to measure the fluid so you can see how many quarts that you added first, then go from there. So I will get right back to the video because it's going to be a lot of pumping. So yeah, it's going to be like 2 gallons of pumping. But yeah, so after this happens, I'll get right back to the video and then I'll go ahead and show you the process. All right, so we got our fluid off. I added all 8 quarts. What's it 8? So we got 3, 6, 7, 8. So 8 quarts I added. I think I want to add 1 more quart right now because I think it's supposed to make me add about like 2 more quarts after I start the vehicle. I think I'm just gonna start it. So we're gonna let it warm up. They say from 80 degrees to 120 degrees to check the fluid. So we would have to take off this little plug right here to check it. But when you look right here on the transmission, right there says 100 degrees. Check at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Engine idling in park. Use Mercron V, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to get the car all warmed up. All right, so we are going to go ahead and go through our scanner. We're just going to check this out real quick. So let's see. Bear with me. Do Ford. And then we're going to go to automatic ID because it's a newer vehicle. All right, so I'm going to access the transmission data. So we're going to go under transmission. And then I'm going to go to data display. And so in data display, we're going to go under trans data. So right there, we'll continue. We'll keep going. All right, so now we need to find our temperature. So we need a, pretty sure it was on the left side, if I remember correctly. Okay, so TFT, transmission Fahrenheit, or transmission, it's like transmission Fahrenheit temperature. That's the abbreviated term. So that's what we want to see. We need to get that at 100 degrees. So once we start the car, it's going to start warming up. Now, there's a difference between coolant temperature, engine temperature, and transmission temperature. The engine temperature will warm up way faster than the transmission. So just be aware that don't get those two confused. So I just want to make sure we're clear. We are paying attention to transmission Fahrenheit, not engine Fahrenheit. So we need to be focused in the transmission department. All right, so we're at 42 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to go ahead and start the car. So at this point, while you have the car running, now if you hear some humming sound, stop what you're doing and add a little bit more fluid for the transmission, because obviously we replaced our old transmission and that thing was shot as heck. Metal chunks all over the place. I think they ran it low on tranny fluid, I don't know, but it smelled very burnt. All right, so let's check this out. So when you do this, we need to go through each gear. So press on the brake and make sure that the car doesn't move. Pull the emergency brake if you have to. You don't want the rear wheels to move. So we're going to go ahead and put it in reverse. Neutral. So you're going to shift it every 2 to 5 seconds. And then we'll do drive. And then we're gonna go into 3. I don't think those ones matter, but still, I just preference under mental stuff. I like to go through those gears. And then we'll go through 1. So then we'll do it again. We're gonna go back through the other gears, back into park. And then you can repeat this step 1 more time, which I'm gonna do, just to get all that fluid in the system. Because again, I'm doing a dry, I think semi-dry start. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat this process. All right, so now in the meantime, I'm gonna be letting the car idle. So right now we're at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So we need to go ahead and let this temperature get up. So in this meantime, I'm not gonna record it because it will take a little while for it to get up there. So we'll get right back to the video. All right, so we're at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but also I wanted to check out something, see if my theory worked. So basically, if we get the gun up close, we're at, if you do it on the bottom, we're at 99 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just want to make sure you guys see that. That's me measuring it at a couple different angles. Make sure you have it high. So I want to say the center would be your ideal spot. So we're at 100 degrees, right around there. So I think that says 98. Goes 95, 96. But yeah, I mean, I want to say in the center, you should be right there, ideal. So I want to say that's pretty ideal. Obviously, if you get it more closer towards the exhaust, you know, it'll read that. So let's see right over there. Yeah, so I mean, I want to say like the drain plug area. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty ideal. I want to say in the center I would go with. So right there, we're at 102 degrees. So now, what I'm gonna do is that we gotta go ahead and take this this plug off. Now be careful, because it might be hot. You know, just saying, it might be. I'm gonna add half a quart of tranny fluid just in case. I'm just doing it on the safe side. I gotta be quick. Alright, so remember, the reason why I'm adding half a quart is because I'm doing the transmission. So you don't probably need to do this. It's just I'm doing this as reinsurance. Alright, so with my other plug ready to come out, once you take out that little plug, you need to have your other plug ready. If you start losing all your fluid, then you're screwed. So right there, that's way too much. So we're gonna keep letting it drain. Alright, so we're getting pretty ideal. Once it gets pretty skinny, alright, so you see how it's starting to thin right out? get that focus up in. So right there, once it starts doing that, that means we already filled it right up. So I was about a little bit, about a quart and a half over, which I added more fluid. I mean, that's just me being on the cautious side. I'd rather be safe than sorry, because I mean, we can still drain out. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down. Now you're supposed to tighten this down, I think they say 89 inch-pounds, inch-pounds, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. So it's really not that much. And go ahead and clean up your area, and then go ahead and take it for a drive and see how it feels. If it feels nice and healthy, then I mean, you're all said and done. But yeah, if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.